Hello class 8. Today I am starting with the chapter ecosystem. I know that in class 7 we have completed this chapter, but I want to recapitulate the chapter for those who are new to the school and also for those who are old, but if you have forgotten the chapter, again I need to emphasize on the chapter properly so that you can go through the chapter properly, because board have cut short the syllabus this time and ecosystem is there in your syllabus, so I wanted to repeat once this chapter so that you can again go through the chapter properly and I can make you understand through my explanation. So I am repeating once this chapter. If you have any problem, then this video will definitely clarify it. Now first we need to know what is ecosystem. All the interacting organisms in an area together with the non-living physical surroundings form an ecosystem or ecological system. So living organisms and non-living physical surrounding together forms the ecosystem. It can be defined as the interacting system in which living organisms interact with the non-living physical environment. Clear? Ecosystem was coined by a British scientist A.G. Tansley in 1935. Now, what is biosphere? The part of the earth where ecosystems can operate, that is land, air and water together, is called biosphere. Now, what are the types of ecosystem? See, I have given you a flow chart. Natural and artificial. Broadly, we can divide it into two parts, natural and artificial. Now, natural, you see there are two types, terrestrial and aquatic. Terrestrial means land, aquatic means water. Terrestrial can be grassland ecosystem, desert ecosystem, forest ecosystem. And aquatic, that is water, can be again of two types, lentic and lotic. Lentic means stagnant water, that means pond, river. Lotic is flowing water, that means seas, oceans, streams. Artificial, cropland, garden, aquarium. Now what are the components of ecosystem? There are two main types, biotic and abiotic. Biotic means all the living organisms like plants, animals, microbes, and abiotic means all the non-living physical properties like air, water, light, soil, temperature, even wind. Okay. Now, abiotic components include inorganic substances such as carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, water, and all the mineral elements. Organic compounds such as carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and climatic factors that can again be divided into two parts, atmospheric and edaphic. Atmospheric means temperature, light, humidity, wind, rainfall, and edaphic means something which is related to the soil, pertaining to soil conditions, soil texture, okay, water content in the soil, right? Now, biotic components, depending upon their mode of nutrition, it can be divided into three kinds. Autotrophs are producers, that is, they synthesize their own food by photosynthesis, that means all green plants. Heterotrophs are consumers. These organisms are dependent upon other organisms for food. Example, humans and all the animals. Consumers are further classified as primary or first order consumer, that means herbivores. Secondary or second order consumers, that means carnivores. And tertiary or third order carnivores, that means like vulture is one of the example. Humans are omnivores. They feed on both plants and animals. That is why they are omnivores. There are other omnivores also like cockroach, like bear. Okay. Decomposers or saprophytes are, these consume and decompose the dead remains of other organisms. The dead remains of other organisms. Example, certain bacteria, fungi break down the complex organic compounds present in the dead organisms into simpler substances. Sometimes, decomposers helps in maintaining the fertility of the soil also. That is why. Because they decompose the dead remains of other organisms and consume on them, and they decompose the matter. So that adds up the mineral value to the soil. Clear? Now, what do you mean by scavengers? Animals that feed on dead animals are called scavengers. Example, hawk, crow, vulture, etc. Now, what do you mean by food chain? First, let's come to the example. Plant is eaten by grasshopper. Grasshopper is being eaten by frog. Frog is being eaten by snake. And snake is being eaten by eagle. So it is a linear sequence of organisms in which each organisms eat the lower organisms. It is a link between organisms in order to eat and to be eaten. It is a series or arrangement of living organisms based on their food habits. Clear? So this is actually the definition of food chain, all the 3 points, and this is the example. But there is another concept also, that is food web. Web means, we know it's a network. The network of several interconnected food chains is called food web. Clear? Okay students, today up to this I have given the informations based upon like flow charts and definitions mostly, so that you can remember well and you can understand the chapter properly. Next day I'll again give you some of the important informations on this chapter. Please be sure that you are following all my uploaded videos. And another information I have to give, that earlier, just to the I'm talking about the previous video, I have uploaded a video about food production and management, but this time board have excluded the chapter. Mind it, board have excluded the chapter from your syllabus. It's not there in your syllabus anymore. So food production and management video you don't have to follow. Clear? But beforehand I have given endocrine system, circulatory system and nervous system videos which are important for your exams, and ecosystem is also there in your syllabus, so I have uploaded this one, and I will definitely upload the other part of this chapter again. So please be sure that you are following my videos, and if you have any queries you can ask me in the comment box. Please jot down these notes from my videos, and it will definitely help you out, because the questions I think will be arranged from here. So please be sure that you are not missing any of the videos. Thank you.